everybody, and welcome to 3 Years AMA. Anita Mlakar is my name. I'm the host of this AMA, and I'm really happy if you are with us right now. We are doing this every week, and this is, of course, the opportunity for us and for you to be together, to ask questions, to write comments, and, of course, to get some answers live, because the CEO of 3 Air, Sandi is always with us. Sometimes Ruba is joining us, Rok Mihailovic also. And we do have also today a special guest coming up, and I'm really looking forward to that. First, let me invite you to be a part of our communities. We are on Telegram, on Discord, and on Twitter. If you are not with us yet, please do join. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel here so that you will get notifications every time we are going live. Usually we are here on Wednesdays, and this is a Wednesday. And every time on Wednesday when we are live, I am doing a short introduction of our project. So what is 3 Air? The world's first blockchain platform that enables individuals and businesses to thrive on Web3 by providing broadband internet connectivity. There is the fact that 3 billion people cannot access blockchain services because they are not connected to the internet. And we use proprietary technology to build broadband infrastructure there where others have failed. So what we are trying to do is connect the unconnected and bank the unbanked. Actually, we are connecting people of Africa to internet. We are doing that with 2 technologies, with K3 Last Mile Solution and 3 Air Internet. People will get a digital identity from us where they can store everything, and of course, they can identify themselves with it. We also create the digital bank account. We are giving them a wallet. The next step is providing financial services. We have fiat onboarding and offboarding ramp and peer-to-peer cash crypto onboarding. We have DeFi. We are working on microloans and yield farming. Our outside partners will provide additional digital revenue streams. And all this time, we are educating people, and that is the real empowerment. And once we put people through all those steps, they're connected, they're banked, and they are empowered. And we are really happy that you are with us on this way, that you're also trying to do what we're trying to do by supporting us. Sandi Wittens, CEO of 3 Air, is with us today. Sandi, hello.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Anita. How are you?
Hey, Sandi. I'm fine, thank you very much. And I'm really hoping, because you are also somewhere out there traveling, that you will have a good connections, since we have discovered that it's not so good today, right?
Yes, so we tried it. It didn't work like perfectly well, and also you're getting really cut off on my end. So I don't know if everyone else hears you perfectly. I do have a bit of trouble, getting you through, but I think it's on my end. I think the problem is actually on my end.
Okay, do write down in the comment if you can hear me. But Sandi, I can now hear you perfectly and see you too. So I'm really happy that we have this good connection. You see that someone is listening to us, and we are good. Sandi, where are you?
I'm not telling you. I'll let our guest tell you. And I know that I know that he's really in a hurry. He took the time off. Actually, I think he walked out of lunch or dinner, or at least a really really important meeting, just to be to take the time to be with us. So I would like to take him in and let him tell where we actually are, because we are quite close together.
Okay, so let's invite him in. We are really happy to have you on board again. Hello, Dustin Plantholt.
Hi. It is so good to see Andy, and for all of those tuning in Liechtenstein and Marie Summit. Really excited tomorrow, October the 13th.
Okay, so if I understood correctly, because we are having some interruptions with connection, you are both in Liechtenstein, right? Dustin and Sandi.
Yeah, exactly. We're both here. So I think we are kind of, you cannot be far away if you're in Liechtenstein. So maybe a bit farther than in Monaco, where we were just, still this morning. But it's still, you cannot be far away. So I think we're just maybe a kilometer away or something like that.
Okay, Dustin, we are really happy to have you back. I think it was August when we were together. And I just remembered I had a really bad voice, and you were so kind and you said, "Don't worry, Anita, you just ask a question and I will do the talking." And I really appreciated that. I'm a little better
Absolutely.
today.
I will tell you, you are, and thank you again for having me.
Okay, now I do hope that we will be able to hear you, because I think that we now hear every second word that you're saying, but we would still like to give us some answers to the questions that we had. We did introduction of you the last time we were together, but for those who were not with us at that AMA, Dustin, could you just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you are doing?
Absolutely. Why the signal's not working? You can hear me okay. I am the forwarder for crypto. I also advisory practice, and I get here, and I get to work with people who they just want to know a little bit more about the digital assets or matters, or even what.
Yeah, I think this is not going to work, right?
Yeah.
Anita, I don't know if you can hear Dustin, but to me, he is totally gone now.
Yes, Dustin, we are really having this poor
I
connection with you.
know, yeah, I don't know what happened.
I do
I,
know
yeah.
what you have answered, because I know you and I know your work, but I'm sure that others haven't heard it. And we do hear every second word. So if there
Well,
is
then
any way
I
that,
will just look. Let's go for a view.
okay, please do
Yeah.
try to find a better connection. And
Maybe just turn off the video. Maybe it'll be better. Yeah.
okay, let's try now. So
Can
how
you
I,
hear me?
yeah.
Can you hear me better?
And maybe slightly better. But let's try it.
Well,
Let's just try it.
It's still interrupting, Dustin, but we will try. Okay.
okay. Sounds.
Yeah. well, Dustin, let's talk a little bit about this event, this week's event, Forbes Monaco Metaverse Gala. You are organizing that, and we would really like to hear a little more about it. How is it? How was it? What was happening? And why did you decide to make such an event?
Well, I hope you can hear me okay now.
No.
Not really. No.
All right. So, well, let's give it one more go. At that point, I don't think there's much I can. Um, can you hear?
Yeah. If it's not working, then we'll postpone it then to the next week. What do you say?
Yes.
Maybe he'll
Dustin is off. Okay, maybe he will get a better connection and come back. I'm so sorry. We were
But
really
you know
looking.
what? Right now, it's gonna make me think that Africa actually has a pretty good internet connectivity.
I was
Because
thinking.
lately, wherever I am, I was in Slovenia. It was a problem, doing mobile data or Wi-Fi or anything like that. Now here, Liechtenstein is really, really bad. So there's still a lot of places on Earth that actually need good internet connectivity, right?
Okay, Sandy, is it maybe possible that this bad internet connection is following you?
I'm just creating new opportunities for Tria.
Yeah, you're creating new opportunities live. I'm just going there so that I can persuade people that they need that. And no, I'm just joking. Yeah, well, it's really funny, but okay. Sandy, I do hear you for now. So let's maybe continue this AMA with some questions for you. So you were also there in this special event. So could you tell us a little more about that?
Yeah, so I was hoping that Dustin would be the one telling us about it, because he was actually organizing it. He was the main organizer, but it was a Forbes Monaco event, and it started with the pre-event on Sunday evening. So we were at a nice club there. Dustin had a short speech, and we had some nice performances. And there were quite a lot of people from Forbes. There were a lot of people from Monaco, a lot of artists there. So it was really interesting talking to everyone, and it's such a different type of people, to be honest. So and then on Monday evening we had the gala event in the yacht club there, and we just started off at around 7, just networking a bit, talking with some Forbes people, and with some potential investors for 3 year. So we did make some connections there, but let's see, those things usually take some time before they materialize. But I did follow up yesterday also during the day with a few already while I was still there. And well, the gala, I need to say, it was really really nice, right? It was nice food, it was nice people, it was, I can say I'm a Forbes speaker right now, because I was actually also on stage, and just presenting through here was really really nice. And to be honest, people started walking up to me later and asking me a bit more, so there was interest. And this is good, right? We didn't go, so there was another event going on, a big one in Bogota at the same time. So it was really deciding whether to go to the big Ethereum event, to the DevCon, or to go to Monaco. So then in the end we said, okay, let's try Monaco. We were to a few ETH events already, and just wanted to do something different. And it was just it went on till 1, a bit past 1 in the morning. And it was really nice to see, because people got so relaxed, and we were even dancing in the end. And I would never imagine that would happen on such an event.
Were you dancing?
I was also dancing. I was.
Okay. Do we have some
I
videos
didn't
of
have a
that?
choice, to be honest. So
Do we have some proof of that?
I don't know. Maybe there are some videos. I'm sure somebody took some videos.
Oh, please do send those videos. Please. Because Sandy is actually a very good dancer. That is why I saw you dancing on your wedding, and I was, oh my God, another talent that he has. Well, not only in the
that
water
was that,
and
that,
diving
that
and
was
everything,
just
but also on solid
that was
floor.
just learning and training for that one special dance.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, but if you don't have a talent, you can't dance. Nobody can teach you if you don't have at least some talent. So yeah,
I know.
yeah,
Talent is a lot, but hard work actually outbeats talent always.
yeah, yeah. That is why I'm looking forward to those videos, and of course we will be posting them. Don't worry, I will get them. uh,
Richard is saying John Trasandi.
don't trust somebody. Oh my God, cool. Sandy, you were saying that you were on the stage. There is one thing called so-called stage effect, which means that people that are on the stage and get on the stage have more opportunities, for others to get to know them and to come forward to really, like you said, come to you and then ask you questions. And sometimes when people go to the events and they just mingle and talk about the project, they don't live in good, let's say, a great impression. But if you are on stage and then people see you, they remember you. So this is great what you're doing, Sandy. I know it's not always easy get on the stage, and people do have problems with that. But once you do that, it's really great effect. And I know that you're doing it great.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah,
So
but I don't have a problem actually stepping on stage, if I can talk about things that I know something about that interest me.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's yeah, and what I stopped doing is preparing myself actually. So I usually just go and yeah, it's my topic, right? I should know everything about it. So more or less, if I need to prepare something, it's just so that I'm not really too long So I did get a few ideas in my head what I wanted to say, because I literally was given just 5 minutes to be on stage, and then you need to make an impact.
Mhm. And best public speakers are those who are talking about their subject, something that they are connected with, and this is what you're doing. You said once, I remember, that you are sort of introvert. Remember when you said that you like being rather to yourself? But it's amazing. It's really interesting because they said that the best public speakers are actually introverts, because on the stage you don't really have to, connect a lot and talk a lot to others, but you have your own stage, your own space, and you are great at that. But of course, later on, this follows because of the stage you have to talk to people. So you have to
But
be open.
I actually I was thinking about this actually today, and I don't have a problem talking to people. I have a problem talking about subjects that don't interest me. So I was
Yeah.
usually the weird one, just staying somewhere at a side and just listening to what people are talking about, and I was like, that's so much bullshit, and I was like just quiet all the time, and unless there was a topic that really interested me, so and then I can talk about it.
Yeah. Small talk sometimes is annoying, but it's a part of what we're doing. There's opportunity for all of you, of course, to ask questions. Do write them down in this comment section, and Sandi will be answering them. Sandi, we are always doing also a little market update. Did you have a chance to follow it in these days?
Yes, I'm just right now more or less following what the macro things are, how their things are evolving, because there is so much. I don't know what to say. I don't want to say the word. But the main two things that happened, and we just saw Bitcoin having a slight rally, right? We just hit 20K, it just went a bit above, and then again just pulled down. And what happened is that and that's that's kind of funny. So we actually got in a sense we got good news, right? So the US published the unemployment numbers, and unemployment actually went down, right? So there are less unemployed people, and that's good for the economy, kind of. But the markets are perceiving this in a kind of a bad way, because if the markets are good, if the US perceives that their economy is strong, and unemployment is one of this that kind of supports this, then they'll be more inclined to even raise the interest rates up even more, and that's what the market perceives as bad, right? So right now we are getting kind of good economic news that affect the markets badly. And it would be interesting, if we would get really bad news about unemployment, then the markets would just rally, because that would mean that probably we wouldn't be seeing so much of interest rates hike. And yeah, we were speaking about the interest rates now for how long? A few months already, and in the end, it comes down to the interest rates, what the markets actually do. And the other thing that was really important news, and was also perceived as bad in the markets, is that the OPEC have decided to cut the oil production. So there'll be less oil pumped out of the and put on the markets, and this probably means a bit more inflation. So the price of oil will go up, and if the price of oil goes up, then the it has a direct impact on inflation, and it will also have an indirect impact on the inflation for in a few months that are to come. Because if oil is expensive, then transportation is expensive, then all other things become more expensive, right? So we have a this vicious cycle. And also the US has been I mean, the prices of oil came really down. They were really, really low. We actually had now oil prices below the pre-COVID levels for some time, and it was mostly because the U.S. was selling off their strategic reserves, so they almost depleted the strategic reserves right now, and that's also something that's not really good because they'll need to replenish them pretty soon, and that might yeah, skyrocket oil again to new heights. So we are still in a really, really difficult situation, to be honest.
Yes, a lot is happening. And thank you, Sandy, for giving us this market update every week so that we are staying, in focus.
Yeah, what the next important thing is actually tomorrow. So tomorrow will a lot of things. We'll just expect a lot of volatility. I think the markets will go a bit crazy today and tomorrow. And tomorrow are the CPI numbers, so the inflation numbers for the US are coming out. And then the really, really important thing is I think 2nd of November or 3rd of November, somewhere around there, we have the new interest rates coming out.
Yeah. Well, it's not actually the time to be expecting, like super high gains in this bear market. But on the other way, it is actually good time to invest in projects that are building for the future, for the long term. And this is what RIA is doing. So I see a lot good in this to invest in such projects. Sandy, what do you think?
3 year is for sure the best option, right? No, but just I do think if you have the balls to invest in the bear market, it's where millionaires are being made, to be honest, right? So it's just hitting the real bottom. That's the magic thing. And yeah, I would also say it's really just out of my own experience, it's impossible to really hit the nail the bottom down. It's impossible. So I think just gradually going into investing, and yeah, on the way up, what people tend to forget is to take profits, right? So there is a nice saying, nobody actually got broke in taking profits. So but right now, as you say, right now for sure is not the time to sell things. Now, right now the time is probably more to buy things than to sell them. There still might be some downwards pressure, but I think the majority has happened, and it might have been that the bottom has already occurred, and it also might be that we're getting a bit lower still. So the stock markets are getting lower lows in the recent days, but the crypto markets are not. So crypto is right now actually holding far stronger than all the other risk on asset. Let's say it like this. So let's see. We never know. It can change really rapidly, and then it can be really off to the bull market, and you'll just miss the bottom. But it could also be that we see another dip, and we go a bit lower still. But it's for sure. It's the downside. I think it's far more limited than the upside. We are for sure that I'm pretty sure we are far closer to the bottom than we are to the top.
Okay. Let's touch a little bit NFT market. 3R's NFT market is open, right?
Yes, it is open. Last week we implemented buying with the 3R token, and right now we are implementing the connectivity NFTs that will be utilized for schools. So this week we've been connecting 2 new schools in Sierra Leone, and we'll be coming out with I think pretty soon with some amazing articles and some amazing partners. And yeah, you'll be able to buy NFTs. And how we've done it now the decision has been made is that you'll be able to buy connectivity, internet for a school, either for 1 day, for 10 days, for 30 days, or for a year. So you'll have 4 different options. And of course, if you want to buy it for 5 days, you can just buy 5 1-day NFTs. And then we are also creating a list of schools that are under our coverage and need internet. And then what you'll do is, there'll be an interface. Once you hold an connectivity NFT, you just click it and select a school from the drop down, and you'll be able to send that NFT to the school, and then that school will actually get internet connectivity from 3R. So this is how it's going to work, and I think this is going to work. Pretty sure this is going to work for our next AMA already. So hopefully by the end of this week we have it ready. It looks like it might be ready by then. The majority of things are working now already. But if not, I think even if we find some bugs and we need to polish that out, it should be ready in beginning next week or mid next week latest. And then we can start utilizing our connectivity NFTs. And I think that's a huge step forward.
Great. Richard is asking, what will be installed at a school?
So on the school side, we are installing a receiver, and the schools right now all have around 500 students, and we'll be giving them a dedicated internet subscription, a dedicated internet line with 30 average is going to be 30 megabits per second. So this should be enough. We are also allowing some peaks to occur, and this is right now happening in the school that we have connected already in Sierra Leone, and we actually presented a few weeks back. They're using up to 70 to 80 megabits per second at times. So they're really satisfied, and we think that this is kind of enough. And the feedback we're getting, they're really satisfied. So calculated down, I think this is going to be a cost of around $2 to $2.50 per student per month. So I think for the internet, that's pretty good price actually.
Okay, another question from Richard is the receiver, and the receiver is connected to K3 tower?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, Sandi, can we talk about approximately a number of schools that 3R will be connecting?
So right now we have we actually wanted to connect 4 schools that we got as a priority list, because they're really in big need of internet. And we'll be connecting 3 of those, but the 4th one actually moved away from the location that we got. But we already have 2 schools connected, so right now it'll be 5. And so you'll be able to send internet connectivity to all of them if you want.
That is great. That is so nice to hear. Sandi, could you tell us what you will be doing in the next days?
Yeah, so I was traveling today to Liechtenstein. Tomorrow there is an event here in Liechtenstein, also on crypto, and I'll also be a panelist. So I'll be a speaker tomorrow. Then I'm flying back to Dubai, and on the 19th there is another event in Dubai, and I should be a speaker there also. So I got a confirmation I am a speaker. I just don't know on which panel I am yet. So it's kind of like this. And while I was waiting, because both of us, Dustin and his team, we were all in Monaco, and we were all flying today to Liechtenstein. We just kind of missed our flight, so I was flying really early. I was already at 7. I needed to be I had a flight, so I had to be at 5 on the airport. And Dustin was a bit smarter, and then he just flew out at 10. So I was waiting for him at the airport because we flew into Zurich, and that's around an hour and 15 of driving away. So in the meantime, I was literally writing an article. So I think by the end of the week, you'll be getting another article from my side. And I'm doing an article right now on digital identities, how to actually do them right, and how to do them wrong. Because I think that people just don't, they just don't get what digital identities or decentralized identities actually are, because they're also, they could be two different things. And kind of got inspired by that from my last visit in Switzerland, because they were explaining to me that they had a election, a vote up, if the government should integrate decentralized digital identities actually, and the vote came back no, and I was like, why, it's it can have so much impact and can bring so much additional value. And I think there are two things that are really really important. Is it's new technology and people don't understand it. I think that's the main reason. And the other reason is they don't really need it because they trust their governments, that the governments will do actually good, right? So, and there is also a thing. So the governments could do on purpose digital identities the wrong way. So I think that's why it's really really important that everyone understands what digital identities are and how they should be implemented. Because digital identities, or let's say, then let's talk about a bit more and use decentralized identities or sovereign identities. Those are really important, because they give you a bit more control about your identity, right? So it's taking the central power, and taking the power away from the central authority that's issuing it, and giving more power to yourself. But if they're done wrong, then you can forget about your privacy, and then it's all about control. So we need to be careful on that.
And this is the educational part that we are doing, and it's a very, very important. Thank you, Sandi, for taking time also for writing those articles. I'm sorry that Dustin couldn't be with us today. Of course, we will hear we would hear more about his work and what he's doing right now. But you did tell us a little bit about the event that you were at, and I'm sure that Dustin will be our guest, maybe next week or a week later, and we will be chatting and talking with him about everything else. What do you say?
Yeah, we'll bring him on. Let's see if next week he's available. If he's available, I'm pretty sure he'll love to jump on and yeah, just have another go at this.
Okay, but thank you, Sandi, for being with us, of course, for answering my questions and questions that came from Richard today. And looking forward to the next one next Wednesday at 5 p.m. And in the meantime, Sandi, stay strong, connect, do the work.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And do please join us, stay with us in our communities on Twitter, on Discord, and on Telegram. And you can subscribe or like this video and subscribe, of course, to this YouTube channel. We will be happy to have you here. Best luck, Sandi, and see you in a week.
Thank you. Bye.